Yeah, I scored Little Miss Sunshine a 77. I actually enjoy this portrait. It's really nice. I'm sure that mom, this is definitely a green merit. Mom loves this little baby, but there's a few things that are holding it back for me to take it up to the next to the merit level or get a merit score. Here's the things that I'm looking at. One. Trying to keep your clothing selection and your outfit in key with the rest of the image. So we have all these kind of warm golden tones and reddish golden beige tones here. And where my eye goes when I look at this image immediately is the white top that she's wearing. One of the ways that I check on this is to flip the image upside down. So I just give it a complete 180. I close my eyes, or you can flip it upside down, leave the room for a while, go get a cup of coffee, do an environmental break, whatever, come back, and then look at the image and see where your eye goes. And where my eye goes big time is right here. This is the major spot right there because this is being maybe hit by flash, I'm guessing, and it's maybe got some phosphors in it, so that'll make it go electric bright. And being against this little beige, reddish brown background kind of throws off. Also, we've got some, same thing. My secondary place that I look is up here. I don't end up looking at her face first. So let's undo that flip and take a look, and let's go a little bit closer. Now we don't zoom in while we're judging, but let's take a peek here. Look at how hot this hat is. There's a lot of detail missing from the feathers, and the maker did a good job in trying to bring back some detail, but it obviously got blown out during the exposure, and therefore we're running a little bit short. So here's a way to possibly touch some of this stuff and fix it up just a little bit, or just some ideas on things for future. So if we make a selection using the quick selection tool, we have this here. Then we can bring up a curves layer, and the mask will already be applied to the mask. So now I can bring down a little bit of tone, and I'm just bringing it down on the white area that I've selected there. The other thing we can do is we can go to some of the other channels, and instead of it being such a bright white, we'll bring in maybe just a little bit of that red, and then maybe bring in the opposite of blue, a little bit of yellow. And now, this is not perfect, but just to give you an idea, now we're moving her top into the tone of, so as we turn that on and off, you can see the difference. See how it just grabs your attention, and now it's not so much. So that's something that can help to bring an image back just a little bit. Looks also like there was a little bit of burn mark here, burning in on this. And last but not least, I believe we've got so much. I mean, we want space for our baby to have room in. Just a thought, what would happen if we did a little crop to that level? I now feel like when I go into the image, everything kind of flows around, and I go back and I end up in her face. Actually, I would end up in her face if I move that back up. Okay, so we'll get that adjustment layer up over top of there, and conceivably could even bring that down just a tiny bit more. Now you don't want it to go too gray, so in some spots maybe you want to do a secondary. Let's Command Control Z. Let's do a second curves layer, because I don't want to bring down, I just want to bring down the chest, not the whole thing. So here's a second curves layer, and if I want things to happen to the exact same place, I could hold down the Option key and drag that mask and drop it up there, and we can replace that mask up there. Say, yep. So now I have that mask, but I can also just go ahead and make my changes to this, bring that down. So you see this is all turning underexposed and gray down here. So I don't want to go quite that far down there. So at that point, take the paintbrush and then get on the layer there, and then quickly just go through at say 50% and block this back out just a little bit so that it doesn't get too dark and underexposed. But you get the idea. I have a feeling that this is just a wee bit better. And we can go back to our original here. And I will say that I enjoy this presentation. I think it's pretty nice. Maybe just a little bit wider on the keystroke and maybe a slightly darker line would be where I would go. Hopefully some of these ideas are helpful for you. Have a great one. Bye-bye.